Okay, let me now show you. Patient is gone. Patient is being monitored. A cardiac event is detected by the device. In 2 minutes time, that device will upload a 60-second strip to our server, and the doctor will receive the alert. So here, when I receive that alert in my cell phone as a text message or my email address as an email, then I will log in into the website. And instead of stopping here at the control panel, there's no need to manage patients right now or assign devices because this patient is under a study. I just received an alert. Then I'll just go directly to the dashboard. That's the first option here on the top left. Dashboard is where all the data is gathered and where I can query and where I can see and analyze the actual EKG. Show me my 10 most recent patients, which is most likely my patients that are all there being monitored. I can search, besides finding them in descending order, I can also search by patient ID or first name or last name. So the patient I want to show you is Mr. Irvin. So I'm going to type ERV. Any patients that contain the first name letters ERV. So I have here Mr. Arias is the one I wanted to show you. I'm going to click on the plus sign, and that's going to show me the cardiac event table, showing me the 5 most recent cardiac events in descending order. So most likely this top one is going to be the one pertaining to the alert that I just received. This is the only screen that takes a couple of seconds because it's generating the EKG graph. The strip, every strip is a minute long, and by default, I land at the end of the 60 seconds. I will use this cursor in the bottom. I'll use my mouse and move that cursor left and right to the area in the 60 seconds that caught my attention. In this case, I'm going to stop here. Once I release the mouse, it's showing me that section of the 60 seconds. You can see my 3 leads from top to bottom, lead number 3, lead number 2, and lead number 1. The caliper is located only on lead number 3. Great. I'll move the mouse to the section of the wave where I'm going to start measuring. So I place the dot with the mouse, then I move to the next wave at the same position, click again, and I get my heart rate, which is 105.26. Move to the next wave and repeat. Dot, place the dot, and click. 103.45. And I move these tags between my waves because when I print this report, those tags are going to be printed inside the EKG. Again, I can use any part of the wave I want. Click here, 101.69. Caliper is only on lead number 3, which is the top one. Below my EKG, I have the whole history, all EKGs under this patient, where I can, by the date and time, I can select other EKGs. On the right-hand side, I see that what type of alerts, what kind of events these are. If it's a tachy, a Brady, AFib, or pause, or if it's a patient event. The only button on our cardiac event monitor, the only button is a rubber button on the right-hand side of the device that the patient can use to upload a 1-minute strip to the server. Patient stood up or sat down, felt weird, felt something weird, felt dizzy, whatever. They can press that event button for 3 seconds, and that will upload a 1-minute strip to the physician. The physician will get the alert. The physician will go to the dashboard, analyze the EKG, and call the patient back and say, Carlos, I just noticed that you uploaded a strip, and I'm calling you to tell you that everything is fine with your heart. Just look at your 1-minute EKG, and it looks fine. Perhaps your sugar was down or up. Any other symptoms can be related, but it's not your heart, because I just look at your EKG. Let me expand this screen so I can show you this last column where we can see other type of events besides those first 10 there. Here. You can see what type of event it was. Here I have a tachy, okay? So we report the beginning, the end, and every minute in between of the event. For example, this is the minute where the tachycardia entry occurred, and then there are 2 minutes in between, and minute number 4 is the tachycardia exit. So here I have 4 minutes where I can analyze what happened with my patient. The only thing we show is cardiac events. Here in the upper right-hand side corner of the screen, I have 2 icons. The printer icon, obviously, is if I click on that, then I'm going to use my printer in my office to print this EKG. The one next to it is the one that allows me to export this graphic as a PDF. Well, let me click on it. I can export this EKG as a PNG, JPEG, PDF, or CVG file. Any of these formats I can export, so I can attach it to an email, send it to a colleague. I can export into my EMR, etc., etc. On the left-hand side, print EKG, if I click there, the transmission report, which gives me information about this event. In the last section here, it shows me what type of event it was. I get the actual EKG. Here, you print what you see. I can move, again, anywhere in the minute. When I print this document, I'm going to be printing those 10 seconds around that event. Here, I can type my notes. Okay. Let me go back. Okay. In my EKG graphs, I can select another graph and analyze, use my caliper, export as a PDF so I can import it into my EMR or print the report as I show you here on print EKGs. Here on the dashboard. Let me then go back to the dashboard. Click here on go back to control panel. Now, for security reasons, after a few seconds of inactivity in the control panel, it logs me out, so then I have to log in again.